Hello. Hi. This is on, right? It better be on. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, my third time filming this. I tried to record on my computer and I'm having storage issues, so it didn't save anything. So yeah, third time's a charm, right? I talked for like 40 minutes. I don't talk like this that much. Anyway, welcome to my 2024 wrap-up video. I just wanted to talk to you guys about how my year has been and things that I've gone through personally and business-wise, as well as things that I've learned and things that I want to do better for next year. First, I just want to start off by saying that I'm not like a big believer in New Year's resolutions. Like as far as setting a goal, like, oh, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds next year, or 20 pounds in January or something like that. Like I think for me it works better when I just set like daily achievements or make changes in my daily life that I can just keep throughout the rest of my life instinctively. Like it's better to build good habits than to start or quit something cold turkey. So yeah, that's just been my approach to things, and it works, I think, better for me personally. But with this video, I just want to reflect more on how this year has been and how I want to use things that I've learned from this year to be better next year. So first, I'm sorry, I'm just like, my jaws are kind of tense and tired from talking for the past 40 minutes because I thought that I was recording and I wasn't. But anyway, earlier this year I was working full-time at another company. It was a lot more stressful and I just remember feeling a lack of motivation to be creative or do anything or spend time with anyone. I was constantly under stress and mentally I just wasn't in a good space. Like I feel like the nature of the job itself took a lot out of me, and it just wasn't a very good like space and company, to be honest, to work for. So yeah, I left them in March, and honestly I felt a lot better after that. I felt like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I felt mentally like happier. I was in a better space and I wasn't stressed out all the time anymore. I felt like I actually had energy to draw and I was excited to draw, and I wanted to get back into being creative and get into art spaces and stuff. So yeah, in March I had a like decent savings set aside so that I didn't have to stress that much about finding another job immediately, and I was able to take some time to be creative and start posting more on my YouTube channel and draw and like share my work with the world more. So that was super exciting, and I felt actually like being a full-time artist was achievable, and not just like a dream that I had when I was like a kid, that I would be able to do this one day. So around that time I actually did some conventions. They were all local. I did Superstar Anime and Tidewater Comic Con, and I did a one-day convention called Dreamy Day 757, and that was a one-day event that another influencer artist put together. So that was actually really cool. The turnout for it was a lot better than I thought it would be. So yeah, what I've noticed though doing conventions, even just the local ones, was that people are spending a lot less money than they were before, pre-COVID. And I think that's because of the economy and how expensive things have gotten. Like everybody is saving money or trying to save money and really just spending on necessities, like what they absolutely need. And it's understandable, honestly. Everything's expensive, and I get it. As a small business owner and someone who works as well, like prices of things aren't cheap, and like that's definitely one of the reasons why I still work two jobs right now, and still pursue art um, on the side, which I want to be full time. Um, but yeah, things are expensive, and I feel like at conventions, other artists and vendors also have been feeling that way because the turnout for events compared to how it was years ago is a lot different. Unless like you're maybe at like a larger, more well-known con, and even then I've heard from other artists that those didn't have the turnout that they expected it to. So yeah, I think that overall doing conventions is not really my top priority, because it's not like sometimes it's just a risk. Sometimes like the money, I end up spending a lot more just prepping for the event, and I might not even make table back or something. So although I like going to these conventions and meeting people and being around my friends and other artists, I have to consider sometimes whether it's worth going to it. So I'm still planning to attend a few events next year, but it's only going to be like a small amount of conventions, and usually the larger ones, if it's like worth getting into, then I'll go. But yeah, I went to NecoCon as well this year as an attendee, and I haven't tabled at that one before as an artist, but usually when I go as an attendee, there's like panels and events and like lots of things going on, and I felt like this year was there wasn't really much to do, and the only thing that I was really looking forward to was the concert, which I went to, and that was super fun because you get to see like artists from Japan come here and they make their debut here. So that was super cool. But aside from that, it was like not much else going on event wise. One of the panels that I wanted to go to was like I think a origami or paper folding panel, something like that, and it got canceled. And when I went to the artist alley, because my friend was in the artist alley, and she actually let me borrow one of her day passes so that I could attend the event while I helped her. So I did look around a bit, and there wasn't much going on, and I even heard from her and other artists that things were slow and people aren't really spending that much money like they used to before. So yeah, I think the effects of the economy can be felt everywhere. Yeah, earlier this year, like I mentioned, I left my job before, and it took me like 6 months before I found another job. And it got tough, to be honest. It was like financially I couldn't invest in building my business up and getting new products and better equipment like my friends were, and I felt like I was getting left behind, and like I wasn't like good enough to be a full-time artist. Like it was just a lot of pressure, and I felt like I was just frustrated, and it took a while before I found like another job that made me feel stable. So that's when I did find like the part-time grocery job, which has been good. I still work there. like one day out of the week, mostly because of the discount I get on my groceries, because those groceries are nice. And it's like quality food too. I care a lot about what I eat, and I try to eat healthy and like get quality ingredients and fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff. So I like having a good healthy meal. And yeah, it definitely helps getting a discount on groceries because food is expensive, okay? Good food especially. Um but yeah, I worked there, and then like a week after that I got my full-time job that I still work as well, and that's more in the tech space. And I find I really like this one more because I don't find it to be draining mentally, the way that my last full-time job was, and I don't feel tired when I come home. Like, I'm not exhausted, and I have energy left to like work on my own stuff and draw and socialize if I want to. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I know I also switched from Etsy to Shopify this year, which was a big move. But partly because Shopify was just so expensive. Like, Shopify was $350 a year, I think, for web hosting, not including, I don't think including my domain name too, which is like $15. So I switched from Shopify to Etsy because, as I mentioned earlier in the year, I left my job and I didn't have the funds to renew web hosting for another year. So I decided to go with Etsy because I did have conventions coming up, and I wanted to be able to take card sales in person. So it helped a lot to have like all my listings moved over to Etsy, so that way I was like not doing like, I don't know, PayPal payments or trying to figure out everything manually at the events. So it helped a lot. Things I want to do better this year. I do want to, or next year, I want to invest in my business more. I want to take the money that I've earned and put it back into getting better equipment, new products, launch new like projects, launch my webcomic and put it out there, and like reveal the storyline and the name and like everything that's going to be going on with my story. I am working on it, and I do have a very long document on my Milano outlining the story and the characters and how everything's going to pan out. So I am going to be releasing that soon next year. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I want to build up my community as well online. I want to participate more with you guys and have more polls, get your opinions on what is something that you like to see from me, or things that I could do better, product ideas, like get your input on things and really become more involved with my community. I do have a Discord server on my Patreon where I just chat, and I do want to live stream more and do more hangouts. Like, I think it would be fun even to do like watch parties. If you like romance animes, then we could definitely watch some of those, or BL animes, or review some like dramas and stuff. I think that would be fun. So that's definitely something that I'd like to consider for next year. And I also want to post more consistently too. If you've noticed, I've been trying to put more videos out this past 2 weeks, and I've gotten better with like editing content and recording and everything. I used to be so freaking awkward. Probably still am, but I think I've gotten a lot better compared to my first video. So I feel like I want to put more content out there and not push it off so much and procrastinate. So yeah. Lessons I've learned this year is definitely to save money. Don't spend everything that you make. Like, just because you got 10 orders and you have this much money, don't go out and like, oh, I can go get some food or some pho or some ramen or Jollibee or whatever. Jollibee is so good. No, it's better to save that money and reinvest it into the business. Reinvest it into making your products better, making your equipment better, making your videos better, like just making all of my stuff better. And that's what I want to do. I also want to diversify my income so that I'm not relying solely on one thing. Like right now, I have the 2 jobs and then I have my business as well. And I don't want to solely rely on just like the income from my business. So it definitely helps to have the other income streams right now. But I also want to grow that, and I want to be able to grow my YouTube channel and eventually have that support my business as well. I want to grow my community online, and I want to be able to have multiple streams of income coming from different places, so I'm not like heavily reliant on one thing. And I also don't want to jeopardize my day job or part-time job or the stable income for now until I see like profits coming from my own business and art and like online. So yeah, definitely don't quit your day job. If you're watching this, it's better to be strategic about how you plan to exit and make sure that you're set up for success and that you're good. Make sure that you have the revenue coming in and that you can see steady growth and stream of sales before you jump ship. Because I've made that mistake before too, and it was very stressful and it's not easy at all. And not saying that you're not capable of it, you know, I will definitely be successful pursuing art and being a small business as an artist, but it's just good to be strategic about it before you like put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify. I also want to make more time for myself as far as self-care. I feel like I have a bad habit of ignoring myself and my health, and a part of that I think does stem from the American mindset of constantly working all the time and jobs not like prioritizing your health, your mental or your physical health, and it causes a lot of people to ignore themselves and like puts themselves at risk. So yeah, I want to pay more attention to myself and my health and treat myself and take care of like my health. I should go out for like more spa days and just relax, maybe just watch something, like watch a good show. Just this past week I binge watched Squid Games and I really enjoyed it, and honestly I feel like I would have taken my time with it more if I felt like I had more than just a day to unwind. So me binging it that whole night honestly didn't feel healthy, but I just need to remind myself to take things slowly and live slowly and not like rush through everything, because before you know it 10 years could go by and now like I'm 32 and now I'm 42 and I never like I'm always on go, 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 and I'm not like paying attention to myself. So it's important to take time to yourself, and to socialize with friends and have a good time and go out for dinner occasionally. Like, it's okay. I also want to stop comparing myself to other artists and other people. I'm always like in my head about what other people are doing or what they think of me, and um, I need to look at my own growth and what I've done for myself. And even like you guys, like I've gotten comments from you guys about you liking my art style, and I'm like, oh, thank you, oh my gosh, like what art style? Where is it? But I mean, for you guys to say that means a lot to me, and I feel like I do see it. I've grown a lot, like I've come far, and I am happier with the art that I'm putting out. I'm like really starting to enjoy drawing and developing my own style and what works for me and what I like. And yeah, I really appreciate when you guys say things like that. It makes me, it motivates me to keep growing as an artist. I also want to stop being self-conscious about myself and my art. I used to worry about putting my work out there because I didn't want people to perceive it negatively or judge me for it or like say anything bad. But I'm feeling more like confident in myself and my work, and like, and at the end of the day, I am doing this for myself to make me happy and to grow as a person. And I used to worry about like posting videos and people like commenting on how I look, or them not finding me like what am I trying to say, like me not matching up to what they see when they see my artwork versus when they see the artist. Like I stopped worrying so much about that now. I just post what I want, and you know, if you like it, then you like it. If you don't, then that's fine too. There's plenty of other content on this internet world for you, and I'm sure that you'll find something that works for you. But I'm gonna keep doing what I like and what makes me happy, and you know, hopefully find a community of people that like me for me and support me. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day. I want to also stop having imposter syndrome and feeling like I'm not qualified to give advice on certain things, because I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a professional, but I have like some experience that I feel like could help other people. I did do graphic design previously, like professionally, for a year, and I feel like there's a lot of like tools that I use in graphic design that still make my art process a lot easier. So just feeling like stop feeling like I'm not qualified to talk about certain things, or like there's no way anybody could learn from me, because I've realized that there's some things that honestly would be helpful. So yeah, just not being afraid to give advice when I feel like it can help. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to building a community next year and launching my webcomic and getting more feedback from you guys about what you want to see. So if there's anything that you would like to see from me next year, let me know. Comment down below. I always read my comments. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video out here, but thanks so much for watching, y'all, and I will see you next year. Bye.